Okay, so let's try our hands on this example here. Given the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4 to be equal to 1, the limit of g of x as x approaches minus 4 to be equal to 10, and the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4 to be equal to minus 7, use the limit properties given in this section to compute each of the following limits. If it is not possible to compute any of the limits, clearly explain why not. Okay, so let's look at how you are going to go about this question. I've already made a video explaining the limit properties. Okay, so you are going to apply them here. So please, if you haven't watched that video, kindly check in the description and then you'll find the link to that video so that you can watch it and then understand clearly what is going on here. Okay, so now let's look at the first question. So for the first question, you are going to find the limit of f of x over g of x minus h of x over f of x, okay, as x approaches minus 4. Okay, so you're going to compute this limit. Okay, so how do you go about this? Okay, so from the limit properties, look at what you are going to do. So I'm going to write this as the limit as x approaches minus 4 for f of x over g of x, okay, minus the limit, let me clean this, minus the limit as x approaches minus 4 for h of x divided by f of x. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, so from here we are further going to rewrite this as, let me continue from here. We are further going to rewrite this as limit the limit as x approaches minus 4, okay, for f of x divided by the limit as x approaches minus 4 of g of x, okay, minus the limit as x approaches minus 4 for h of x divided by the limit as x approaches minus 4 for f of x. Okay, this is what you are going to have. Okay, so from here we can substitute the actual values into what we have to get our answers. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, so for the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4, we have the answer to be 1. Okay, so we're going to have 1 divided by the limit of g of x as x approaches minus 4. That is also given to us as what? 10. Okay, so we're going to have 1 divided by 10 minus the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4, which is given to us as what? Minus 7. So we're going to have minus 7 here divided by the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4, which is what? 1. Okay, so at the end we are going to have 1 over 10 plus 7. Okay, 1 over 10 plus 7, which will give us a value of 71 over 10. Okay, so our answer will be 71 over 10. Okay, so that's how to go about this type of question. Okay, so let's look at the next question. Okay, so for the next one, we are going to compute the limit of f of x multiplying g of x multiplying h of x, okay, as x approaches minus 4. Okay, so from the limit properties we can rewrite this as the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4, okay, multiplying the limit of g of x as x approaches minus 4, multiplying the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4. Okay, this is what you are going to have. So from here we can substitute in the values that we were given. Okay, we know the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4 to be equal to 1. So we're going to have 1 multiplying the limit of g of x as x approaches minus 4, which is what, 10. Okay, and then multiplying the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 7, which is, sorry, as x approaches minus 4, which is what, minus 7. Okay, so at the end you're just going to have 1 times 10 times what, minus 7, which will give us an answer of what, minus 70. Okay, so this is how to go about this question also. Alright, so let's take the next example. Okay, so the next one says that we should find the limit for 1 over h of x plus 3 minus f of x divided by g of x plus h of what, x. Okay, as the value of x approaches minus 4. Okay, so now let's look at how you are going to solve this question. Okay, so you can write this as the limit of 1 over h of x, okay, as x approaches minus 4, okay, plus the limit of 3 minus f of x, okay, over g of x plus h of x as x approaches minus 4. Okay, you can write this as what you have here. Then from here, we are going to have the limit of 1 as x approaches minus 4 divided by the limit of h of x, okay, as x approaches minus 4. Okay, there's no much space there, so let's manage that, as x approaches minus 4. Okay, okay, so we're going to have this plus the limit of 3 as x approaches minus 4, okay, minus the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4, okay, divided by the limit of g of x as x approaches minus 4, okay, plus the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4. Okay, this is what you are going to have. So from here, we can substitute in the values, okay, so that we can simplify to get our answer. So let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, so we know that the limit of a constant will just be that constant. Okay, so in this case, for this part here, we are just going to have 1, because the limit of 1 as x approaches minus 4 will still be 1. Okay, so this divided by the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4, which will be what, minus 7. Okay, so this plus the limit of 3 as x approaches minus 4, which will also be 3, okay, minus the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4, which is what, 1. So we are going to have 3 minus 1 divided by the limit of g of x as x approaches minus 4, okay, which is also giving us what, 10. So we're going to have 10 plus the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4, which is what, minus 7. So let's make it minus at once. So this is what you are going to have. So let's simplify this. You're going to have 1 over minus 7, okay, which is the same as minus 1 over 7, okay, minus 1 over 7 plus 2 over 3. Okay, this is what you are going to have. So let's simplify this and see. You're going to have minus 1 over 7 plus 2 on 3, and then that'll give us an answer of 11 on 21. Okay, so that will be the answer for this question also. Okay, so now let's look at the last question we are going to be solving. Okay, so for the last question, you have to compute the limit for 2 multiplying h of x minus 1 over h of x plus 7 multiplying f of what x, okay, as x approaches minus 4. Okay, so let's compute this limit. So for this also, we are going to have the limit for 2 multiplying h of x as x approaches minus 4, okay, minus the limit of 1 over h of x plus 7 multiplying f of x as x approaches minus 4. Okay, this is what you are going to have. Okay, so from here, applying the limit property still, you can write this as 2 multiplying the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4, okay, minus the limit of 1, okay, as x approaches minus 1 minus 4, okay, divided by, let me move this up, okay, so divided by the limit of h of x, okay, as x approaches minus 4 plus the limit of 7, okay, multiplying f of x as x approaches minus 4, okay, but for this one I can take out the 7 from here, okay, I can take out the 7 from here and then bring it to the left side of the limit symbol, okay, so we're going to have 7 multiplying the limit of f of x as x approaches what minus 4, okay, so we can do some substitution here, so let's look at that. Okay, so this is what we have finally. Okay, so now let's look at the substitution. So we are going to have 2 multiplying the limit of h of x approaches as x approaches minus 4. Okay, that's what we are going to have. And then we know that the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4 is what? Minus 7. So we are going to have 2 multiplying what? Minus 7. Okay, minus the limit of 1 as x approaches minus 4, which would be 1, okay, divided by the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 4, which will give us a value of what? Minus 7. So we're going to have minus 7 plus 7 multiplying the limit of f of x as x approaches minus 4, which will give us a value of what? 1. Okay, so at the end, we are just going to have minus 14, okay, minus 1 over what? 0, okay, and then we know that we don't know what the value of 1 over 0 is because it is undefined, okay, so because of this term here, although we were able to get a value for this term, but because we're not able to get a value for this term, we are going to say that the limit of the function cannot be what? Computed, okay, so the limit of the given function cannot be computed because of what? This term here,